voice loud and clear? All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Lab 11. Basically, we're going to do MVC framework. Okay. So basically, you're going to create a project named employee, and then you're going to create database next step. And after that, we are going to create model, okay, which is the Java bin. And then we're going to create view, which is JSP. And then lastly, we're going to create the controller. All right, let's start with create the project first. Okay, let's say create project Java web application. Yeah, choose employee. So I have it already. So let's say put 5. On next, and then okay, this one leave it as it is, and then click on finish. Right. After that, you create database. Yeah. Oh yeah. In here, yep. You can also put it in the index to the this in that HTML, right? Mm, okay, I think it's fine. You can put it here. The URL later on. href. Then close. Okay, let's say this one add employee. Then the other one will be employee. The URL, let's say mform view form empfom dot jsp edit form edit form dot jsp. Okay, so this is in your index.jsp index.html. Right. Next is creating the database. Okay, so you need to create EMP database, yeah, with the following. So I believe everyone know how to create a database, right? So basically, go to the services. I believe I have it already, so maybe I will skip that. Yep, I have it already. So let's connect it. So I'm using app default password. Okay, so I have already a table name staff, and I have the ID, name, designation, and salary. Right. Next, we need to configure the data source in the deployment descriptor. So this is the similar with what we have done in lab 8, I think. Yeah, in lab 8 or lab 9. Okay, so you need to follow the steps, how to configure the data source in the deployment descriptor. And also you need to configure the data source in the application server. So this will be the steps like right click and then you choose other, then choose the Glassfish thing. Yep, JDBC connection pool. Yeah, and also need to put the JDBC resource as well. So just follow that one. Yeah, the steps, and then after that we create the stuff.java. Okay, so this is the model component. So let's create it. Here, new Java class name stuff, and then put it under package person.bin. Okay, click on finish. So you have the stuff. And then this, because this is model, so you need to implement java.io dot serializable. Okay, so it require private string name, then private uh, um, salary, sorry, designation, then create private table salary. Right. So these three data members, then you create constructor, insert constructor, select all, which is the default one, and then create the getter and setter. Right. Okay. Done. Your model. Right. The model is ready. Next, view component. So you need to create the JSP to add new employee. So we create new JSP. We name it as mform.jsp. Mform. Right. Pages, new JSP. Name it as mform. Oops. What I did just now. Mform. On finish. Okay, in the index I name it as mform f kecil. So change this one, become bigger. Right. So mform is there. So you need to write HTML form for adding new employee with the following. Okay, let's do that. Add new employee. Then I always like use table because it will look um, kemas lah, and easy for you to edit later on. Okay, rows 3, I think, 4, together with the button save. And then column will be 2, alright, border size 0, width 2, cell spacing 2, cell padding 4. Okay. Then, alright, in the TD, you can put the name and then the input type text. Uh, Name. Here will be seller resignation and then baru salary. Right. Okay, and then here will be the submit button. Right. So here design nation. Here another one, salary. Okay. And lastly will be the button save, right? Submit, for example. Okay. Now your form is ready. Okay. This is the GSTL. Okay, this one, yeah. Basically, this one, I don't want you to do this. You need to submit, okay, the form to the um, servlet. Okay, so now kita dah ada uh, table. What we need to have a form, right? So yeah, I forgot just now because this is a form. So this should be above the table. Let's say we put it here. So it will submit to M controller because we're going to ask the controller to process into the database, right? So form action. So ambil end of the form, put it below, okay, after the table, right? So make sure you have this, yeah, form action, M controller, method post. So this form will be submit to a controller. Then the controller will receive, yeah, the name, designation, and also salary. Boleh kelas? Did you get it? Okay, this one pun tak ada ya. So basically kita akan buat the code to add and edit dalam controller. Okay, next. Okay, I will to show the connection, yeah, between the form add new employee to the controller. So let's do the controller first. Okay, so I will create a controller, new servlet, right? Okay, EMP controller. Then add the information to the deployment descriptor and then choose on finish. Okay, so this is your controller. So if you want to do everything in the process request, you also can do that. So just remove this um, and start with Spring, what name you're going to retrieve back, right? So we're going to use request dot get parameter name. Then we're going to do this for salary and designation. And then for salary is double, right? Um, so we need to use double pass. Okay. So in the bracket, so this is going to be salary. Right. Next. Okay, after you have already get the value from the form, now you need to create the bin. Okay, so this is to show the connection. Yeah, just now from the JSP, submit to the controller. Okay, now controller will retrieve the value from the form. Now we need to create an object and then we assign the value to the object. So we create stuff sd equal to um, new stuff. And because we have normal constructor, so we're going to pass the name, designation, and salary to assign the value. Right? To assign the value from the form to the particular object. So basically, you need to import it. Yeah? Import the um, person.bin.stuff in the controller in order for you to use it. Okay, mula class, here is creating the bin. Yeah? Creating the object. Yeah? Okay, creating the object, done. Okay, next, after creating the object, okay, now you want to add, right? So you need to have the DB connection and the insert, right? Because you want to insert the data to the table. All right, I have the code ready because it's too long to type. Okay, let's look at here. M controller. This is my M controller. So basically, okay, I check for form verification as well. Yeah? And then I make a database connection here. Okay, and then after the database connection established, then I run a prepared statement. So because I didn't put the ID auto increment. Okay, so first I check whether there is an ID or not. Okay, if not, and then I put it in a null, nullable. If null, then I put it into one, and I insert into staff name, salary, designation. Okay, so I will run it, and then yep, and then I close. Okay, after finish, I will use request dispatcher object, okay, to redirect the page of controller to the success.jsp. So this is also a requirement, yeah. Down here, if the data is successfully added, perform a dispatch to the success.jsp. If error occur, perform a dispatch to the error.jsp. So you need to do the try catch. Yeah, so kalau ada error, yeah, so I put a try catch here. So it will go to the error.jsp. So this is how it will be done, yeah, in the M controller. Yeah, so balik kelas. Nampak ya, mula kita kena retrieve form parameters and then we do some form verification, yeah, to check whether the field tu ada ke tak? Is it empty or not? Yeah, kalau empty, then you need to forward it to the error.jsp. This is similar to what we have done in DVD library lab exercise. Yeah, in lab 5. Sorry, lab 5, lab 4. Yeah, lab 3 and 4. Okay, and then for the database, you need to establish the connection. Okay, and then, oh yeah, my connection is basically because I have a file named DB connection. Yeah, so all the information for the DB connection I put in one file. So you just call create the object of the DB connection. So the object will be created for this M controller here. Yeah, so saya hanya create object. Yeah, create connection. I'm using the connection to establish the prepared statement, and I execute the query. Yeah, first I check whether there is a maximum ID or not, and then if not, yeah, it will insert into stuff directly. So this is my insert statement. Okay, so you need to do this. Yeah, you try catch as well. So this is to show the the connection, yeah, between the form to the servlet and then to the Java Bean. Yeah, so Java Bean is actually mana tadi Java Bean creating object. Hmm. Oh, the one is here. This one creating the object. Miss this one. So this one must be put in the M controller as well. So we are creating the object. Yeah. This because they are in different name maybe or yeah, S besar. Okay. And can import. Let's check stuff. Oh, dia ada ID. Okay, so because ada ID, so kena tukar lah. Dekat sini pun kena ada ID. So the ID A string. Okay, you need to fix it up lah. Kalau tadi saya letak designation salary double kan, so dia kata ada incompatible types. So most probably salary ni double. So dekat staff tadi, because dia double, so kita kena tukar dia jadi double kat sini. Yeah, salary ni. So you just change this one to um, double dot parse double. Oops. And then maybe dia punya ID ada string name, double salary and designation. So dia punya sequence tu tak sama. I put the salary at the back. So bila you create object pun you kena tengok the sequence dekat constructor. The ID is here. ID is integer. So we need to make it integer as well. So this one will be integer dot parse integer. So this one will be replaced with this. Okay, all right. So ni pun kena check in terms of salary. Ni mesti ada about the double. Ni string ni. Is numeric. Now, before this dia understood sebagai string. So you need to double check lah. Because this is, kalau string kita tak boleh guna equal-equal. We need to use dot equals ignore case kan. So somehow ni ada compatible of the data type. So we need to check it out. Yeah. All right. I think That is for M controller. So for the next one, ya, you kena buat edit form.jsp. So bila buat edit form.jsp, um, edit form. So the edit form, okay, this is an example. In edit form, yeah, for the first bila dia edit, so meaning that you need to use JSP dulu, yeah. Select star from staff where ID, yeah. So use JSP to show the data first, and then bila you dah edit, baru you submit to the medit controller, yeah. Alright, so okay, let's try this one first. Mm, I will show you how it works. So dekat edit form, basically you select all from the database gunakan JSP. Tapi later on bila dia hantar balik, dia dah edit kan. So dia akan jadi akan form ada form action to hantar kepada medit controller. So in the medit controller, you need to have retrieve back, okay, and then after retrieve, update. You have the update statement in the medit controller. Okay, the UI will be, sekejap dia akan jadi macam ni lah bila you click on edit. Tapi you kena show list jugalah. Okay. Okay, let's say for here I have add employee. So, I boleh add. Kita dah buat add kan. So, kita katalah kita nak view. Okay, let's say we want to view the employee. So, edit. So, you provide the edit button here. When you click edit, okay, let's say salary for Kiki is 2420. Edit save. Okay, so dia akan pergi dekat success.jsp. Yeah, and then dia akan view the employee back. So, Kiki programmer have been edited. Okay, at least you need to have something like this lah ya. Ada add employee, ada view employee. So, dekat view employee, you boleh do the edit. So, ni akan show the listing. Yeah, listing for all the data that available in the table, and you can choose which one that you want to edit. Okay, boleh faham?
Boleh.
Yeah. Okay, this is using MVC. Yeah, so you need to show me. Yeah, you are the form.jsp. Okay, that is being submitted to the controller, and in the controller create the object using the stuff. Okay, that is for add. For edit as well, so you need to have something like view m.jsp ni. View m ni basically saya hanya select star from star, I list out using a table, and then dekat one of the column I put I use this one, form action edit form.jsp. So dia akan ambil ID. Okay, I put a button for edit. So when the user click edit, here, inilah dia ni, view m. Yeah, this is my view m.jsp. So I provide this. So dia akan ambil input type hidden ID for Alpha for example, or ID for Mary for example. So kita klik edit, so dia akan carry out the ID for Mary. And then kat sini baru you buat edit form.jsp, and bila klik edit save, it going to be submitted to the edit controller. This is the edit controller. Then dia akan gunakan SQL update staff set. So adalah this one. This is like what you did in yang password. Remember? Change the password kan? Update password. Similar to that. Okay. And then that's it. Itu je lah. Itu yang boleh chat. So this is using MVC framework. Boleh? So you kena submit ya. This PostLab as PostLab 11. Deadline will be Sunday. Yeah? Boleh kelas?
Boleh.
Boleh, Doktor.
Alright. Don't forget jangan gunakan JSP, JSTL untuk insert data and also to edit the data. That one must be done in the controller. Yeah. not in the JSP. JSP hanya boleh buat listing, tapi bila edit, you keluarkan form, submit the form to the controller. Listing boleh, but to add and edit, you do it in the controller. So this is to show the relationship of MVC. So nanti if you can do this, if you submitted this one, you boleh gunakan this one as a backbone ataupun skeleton for your project. So basically, this is MVC framework and that you're going to apply for your project. So bila you present nanti and bila saya mark, I will try to figure out the MVC like what this lab shows. So ada connection lah between GSP, employee, view, between the view with the controller, controller with the bin itself. Alright, I think that's all for lab. You can continue. If you have any problem, you boleh just message me lah kalau tak boleh nak run. Kalau ada issue ke apa ke, to understand tapi the way I did maybe slightly different with what you will do. As long as the connection is transparent, ada connection between form to the servlet, servlet to the bin, then it's fine. Tak semestinya sama. Tak semestinya mungkin you nak buat JDBC, initialize JDBC in controller. So mungkin you akan ada dalam M-edit controller ni mungkin akan ada JDBC. Kan? JDBC connection yang macam DB connection saya buat ni. Okay, ni DB connection is a different file. So it depends. It depends on your code lah, how you design it. Tak semestinya this DB connection kena ada dalam satu file yang berbeza. So it can be in the M controller, it can be in edit controller. So they can exist both file. The reason why I make it another file because I just can create object from this class, kan? So just create connection object so it can be used for both controller. Because nanti later mungkin saya akan ada banyak lagi controller, kan? So saya just use this one so to make it more easy. Kan tak perlu copy paste this code. So you just maintain one code and then you just create object in order for you to use in all the controller. Boleh ya? Any questions so far? Tak ada.
Doctor, can I take a look at the part where kita tekan button edit tu?
Coding ke UI?
Coding.
JSP ke controller?
GSP.
JSP. Okay, mula saya akan tunjuk view, kan?
This one.
View yang inilah. View kan? So this one will be apa yang saya buat. Saya guna JSTL. I'm using JSTL. Teclip ni. C SQL. So saya buat SQL query. Select star from staff. And then in the table, you gunakan palette yang ni je. DB report. And then dia akan keluarkan. Dia akan check kalau column ID not null. So dia akan print out the column name and result rows by index. So ini sebenarnya daripada palette DB report ni saja. So for each row, dia akan keluarkan lah all the values for each column and row. Okay. And then dekat lagi satu TD ni ada form. Okay, dekat form ni you letak button hidden. Button submit, type submit, value edit and the input type hidden is ID. So ID ni ialah dapat daripada row yang pertama. So row tu refer to here. Boleh?
Okay, thank you.
Alright.
So Doktor, nak tanya, kan dekat add form JSP kita tak ada letak ID. So macam mana Doktor hantar ID tu to servlet?
Okay, saya akan check dulu. Saya check kat sini, saya check select max ID from staff. So kalau ada ID, okay. Kalau tak ada, so I make it empty. It's null. Kalau ID is null, saya bagi value. If not, dia akan ambil the result of ID. ID get string 1. Sebab, okay, the first thing dalam table you, dia akan jadi empty kan? Dia tak ada value, betul?
Betul.
Okay, so ID akan jadi 1 lah. So the next round, you nak add, so dia akan check max ID. So dia akan dapatkan max ID from staff kalau ada 2, kalau dah ada 1, max ID, okay, kalau dah ada, dia akan return lah ID dia dekat situ. Max ID. So dia akan dapat value. RS is next. Dia akan baca. Okay, if not now, dia akan teruskan sajalah. So dekat sini dia akan tambah lah. So ni sebenarnya dia akan buat lah. String ni. Ya. Yeah. Kat sini, oh sorry, this one tak ada. This one sebenarnya kalau the ID is not there. Okay, so saya dah comment out. So basically this is the code lah. Kalau dia equal to null, dia akan initialize value tu kepada 1. Ya, kalau dia tak null, dia akan ambil kat sini lah. Ya, the value. So kat sini kita akan accumulate lah. Ya, so dia akan accumulate automatically. Name, salary and designation. You boleh juga gunakan ID auto increment. Tapi that one, bila you create, you kena gunakan command. Macam execute command ni. Macam you buat create table emp and then adalah all the details kan. All the the data type kan. So integer, ID, dia punya syntax. Saya lupa syntax dia. Dia boleh check ya, dekat Google pun ada. Ya, check untuk Derby, Apache, untuk integer ID auto increment. So bila you set the auto increment, so dia akan auto increase the ID number. But this one need to be, kalau you nak buat auto increment, this one you need to run on the command to create the table. You tak boleh guna wizard. Sama juga dengan primary key. Ya, dengan foreign key later on. Kalau you ada 2 tables, you nak join from second table to the first table as a foreign key. So if you want to create that kind of tables, you need to run using the command. So there are some, ada satu tu you kena, dia punya command is different lah basically. Nanti saya akan share lah next week. Saya akan share how to do the foreign key and also the primary key. Okay, so because untuk project, you ada kan foreign key kan untuk some of the table, right?
Betul.
Ada kan? So nanti later on, saya akan share to whole class untuk semua group nanti how to do the foreign key and also primary key using the command. You cannot use the wizard. Wizard tu maksud saya macam ni lah. Sorry. Create table kan. Ni maksud saya ni lah wizard. Ya, kita tak pakai wizard. Tapi untuk auto increment, untuk foreign key, ya, kita kena gunakan command directly. So run je lah command ni. Boleh?
Boleh.
Okay. Any other question? Cuba buat dulu. Yeah. So you have any issues, just let me know. I can try to respond lah. Yeah. All right. I think that's all for today. So submission by Sunday ya. Boleh kelas?
Boleh. InsyaAllah Doktor.
Alright.
Baik.
Okay, try dulu Kalau tak boleh, just let me know. Maybe I can extend it. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you, class.
Thank you, Doktor.
Thank you, Doktor.
Thank you, Doktor.
Thank you, Doktor.
Doktor.